on the show.
I was excited when I heard about this. Candy corn Oreos.
Limited edition candy corn Oreos. We haven't tried them yet. A lot of people here have tried them, but we waited for...
Well, I'll tell you this. What's your gut? My gut says it's not going to be good because candy corn suck. They're horrible.
First off, I love Oreos and the vanilla Oreos especially.
Sure.
Second off, I love candy corn, so
What?
I don't think there's any way that this can suck.
Unpopular opinion. I feel like it's like taking something good, like ice cream, and putting
I'm
broccoli
gonna
in
feed
it.
you. You feed me.
All right.
Are your fingers clean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I love it.
really good, guys. Really good. Yep. Love them. They're really good.
I'm saving some of these for later. All right, it's official.
Oh my God.
They're delicious.
It's like it has like the farts of a sad person in them.
What are you talking about? This is the farts of a sad person.
Yeah.
You don't think it's good, really? You don't think it's good?
Huh? I can't.
Was that a
think
joke?
straight.
Was that for TV?
Yes. Oreos are wonderful.
I love them.
Nabisco, give me more. Jeez.
Let's run down the top things on the web.
Yeah, I'm excited. Little scared to ask. What do we have? What do you have?
Okay. We've got a dashboard cam video from Russia.
Terrified. I'm terrified.
Don't be. It's okay. Please enjoy this taste of instant karma.
Closest thing Russia has to a Supreme Court. In Russia, real right view. Right? That's fun.
Yes,
we're having a good time.
I always am so angry at those people that ride along the side and just like cheat traffic and get all the way up there. Yeah. I think secretly because I want to be doing that.
No.
But I am a goody-goody and I know better.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it too. I just see them and I hope they die of fiery death.
That's good karma.
But yeah, slow.
Fiery death.
Sort of a slow fiery death. Yeah, just like a slow fire, you know.
Up next, a video that reminds us all to take a quiet moment of reflection.
You know,
so precious, just reflecting.
You know why it's sad?
Wait, why?
Just came back from the cat doctor.
Oh.
It has cat STDs.
Oh.
It has to call all its ex-girlfriends.
Oh.
Be like,
That's really sad.
Yeah, Mrs. Buttons, I have bad news.
Buttons.
So sad it has to commit suicide 9 times.
No, not 9 times.
Do you know
only 8 times.
You know how cats commit suicide?
How?
Sleeping pills. There's no pun. It's just... That's just how they roll.
No, I think that cat was just chilling out. It was relaxing. But I want to know who put that cat like that, because there's no way that the cat could just crawl up there and sit like that by himself.
I bet somebody placed that cat like that, because they can't get there.
Seriously, I mean, animals don't just sit like that themselves. This is my dog.
Oh!
She did that herself. I don't know. She thinks she's a human, and she even crossed her legs like a lady.
It looks like it's a different dog, like a different dog's legs.
Like one's the legs, and then one's... Yeah.
Why does your lady dog have a neck beard?
She's a long-haired Chihuahua. That's what long-haired Chihuahuas have, neck beard.
What's the name of the neck-beard dog?
Gizzy.
Gizzy, the neck-beard dog.
Gizmo, Gizzy, whatever. All right, and finally, here's a video called Paradise. Coincidentally, that's where you go when you watch it.
like every fetish is like in that video.
Oh my God, it
Everybody
is.
loves that.
Oh, it's so funny. I love the.
Oh yeah, that's
then
good.
Like, what is she doing? What are those moves?
I'll tell you my favorite guys. Can we go back and watch that guy who's like the spidering? Look at that guy. If you woke up in the middle of the night and that guy was in your room, there's another one. There's another one of my favorite parts. Can we go to that other one where they're like walking under each other?
The spider guy with
Here, pause that. What I like is that guy at the bottom had to like call his mom and be like, hey, I got a part. He was the best guy. If people auditioned, he was the best at that.
How do you audition? Do you just like get on your hands and just like...
Can you do the spider walk?
I don't think I can.
Let's do it! Paradise! Oh!
That's just weird. That's so weird. I don't know what's going on in the show.
There you go.
Miserably failed. Well,
That
there
was
you have it.
awesome. Very impressive.
I wish Attack of the Show would start off every day like that.
Well, you can clearly do it, so you just
I'll just do my own moves.
need to put it in the
All
thing.
of them.
Yeah, you should be all like Photoshop all over. It's just you everywhere.
All right, we've gone around the net. Now we may rest.
Still ahead, I've got 2 words for Apple. Fix iTunes. Yeah. Plus, GoDaddy is having a terrible week, and I'll tell you all about it. Stick around. Welcome back. Lucky you, it's story time. Late tomorrow morning, you're all going to pull out your credit cards, hand over your cash to Apple, and stare at your iPhone 4S like it just peed all over your carpet after hitting on your mom. You probably won't be able to sleep tonight because you're so excited about the iPhone 5's bigger screen, faster processor, and buying all new accessories because of the redesigned connector port. Yeah, that's the most excited that phrase has ever been said. But there's something you're not going to look forward to doing with your new Precious, and that is sync it up with iTunes. You may not know this, but a long time ago, iTunes was a simple, wonderful music player. But as people started downloading podcasts, photos, and movies, Apple put them all into iTunes. Now imagine iTunes is a ball. Everyone loves a ball, right? It's smooth. Yeah, it's round, it bounces. It's so, I mean, having a ball is synonymous with having fun. That's how awesome balls are. But then Apple was like, oh, balls need more functions. So they add a fork, maybe a fanny pack, a rain stick, and a sense of ennui. Just gonna go watch a Bergman movie now. It's what tech journalists call feature bloat, and now that ball don't bounce no more. Last week, Apple announced it was launching a service to rival Pandora, that internet radio thing you thought you'd get around to using until Spotify came along. Doesn't Apple already have a feature that plays all your favorite songs? It's called Shuffle, right? It's called iTunes. Apple, listen to me. Please don't put that thing in iTunes. Right now, when I open it up, I get splash ads for Kristen Stewart movies, podcasts I don't listen to, and this thing called Ping that, as far as I can tell, does absolutely nothing. If you're going to make me open iTunes before I use any of your iDevices, please strip out all these other functions. You've already made podcasts a standalone app. That's great. How about the rest? Yeah? At least you made the right call and are putting Ping out of its misery. That thing belongs deep in the cold ground next to the Zune. And whatever that animal is that lives on Donald Trump's head. This just in. If you're looking to have a good time on your next vacation, do yourself a favor and stay the hell away from El Monte, California. Tell you why. The city at the junction of the scenic Interstates 10 and 605 apparently hates fun. And spoofs of Korean pop star-sized Gangnam Style video.
Gangnam Style.
No, please, no, 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 we don't need a shot. I think we've heard enough of that, okay? Everyone knows what it is. At this point, Si's been on Ellen and Leno, And now even your mom knows about it, so it's over. Back to El Monte. So 14 employees shot their version of Gangnam at the city pool on their own time after work was done. Last week, all 14 were unceremoniously fired. Yeah, well, I guess it would have been worse if there was a ceremony for their firing. Light a torch, go home. According to city spokesman and professional sourpuss Robert Elenes, quote, the tone and the content of the video was much less than the professional conduct that we expect of our employees. Yeah, Robert then went on to give an ice cream truck a parking ticket, unravel a child's balloon animal, and kick a puppy. In true internet fashion, the so-called El Monte 14 now have a petition at change.org asking the city to rehire the lifeguards. And it already has over 8,000 supporters. Yep. To be presented to the city government, it only needs 1,735 more, which, oddly enough, is exactly the number of Gangnam Style parodies on YouTube right now, including Gundam Style, Gungan Style, Gumball Style, and Spicy Cajun Gumbo Style. Sexy lady! I shouldn't have played that. It's stuck in my head. Yesterday, you might have noticed that a bunch of websites were offline, impairing your ability to rearrange your fantasy sports teams and watch videos of people hurting themselves. What did these sites all have in common? They used hosting and/or domain names provided by website-making website GoDaddy. While GoDaddy claims the outage was an internal issue, supporters of the hacktivism group Anonymous did try to take credit for it, because hackers are dicks. All right, I hope they're not watching. But if they are, come after me. My name is Kevin Pereira. But thanks to the outage, I discovered that some of my favorite sites are actually using GoDaddy, which is kind of a bummer, because GoDaddy makes me want to take a sadness shower. Just tears. Not only does the company's advertising literally treat women's bodies like billboards, but GoDaddy also supports the kinda, sorta fascisty SOPA and PIPA legislation. Yeah, bad news. Oh, and CEO Bob Parsons hunts wild elephants and leopards for fun. What? Yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe he actually gets to do that. That's what your domain registration pays for, guys. Dead Dumbo. Also, I've heard that the registration process itself is a nightmare. But seriously, how hard could it be, right? You pick a name, you buy it, done. You know what? I'm going to try it right now. How hard could it be, right? All right, here we go. That's my word processor. You can tell because it's written on there. All right, so the home screen, pick a domain name, Kumail.com. That's working like that, all right? It's taken. Okay, variations you might consider. That's great. Or the option, KumailService.com, KumailStore.com, KumailOrderBrides.com. That one feels racist. Oh, BestKumail.com. I'm the best Kumail, right? Let's do that one. There we go. Name I want for only $12.99. Cheap and easy. What are people complaining of? Oh, pick 5 more domains and get bulk prices. That seems sensible. All right, CO, org, don't need that. XXX for all my... Yeah, I'm going to get that. Get a side business going, you know. It's going to be about girls who like ice cream, like a lot. Done. All right. Oh, wait. Don't miss your chance to save 72%. That's my favorite percentage to save. Got it? What else? Protected registration. Yeah, best value, email, website hosting. SSL hosting. Don't know what that is, but I want it. All right, got it. Order total. $996.71. What? I just wanted a website. You know what? GoDaddy, explain yourself. Oh, wait. Looks like we're receiving a message from GoDaddy. Can we go to satellite? Satellite. Roll the satellite. Apology accepted! Still ahead, the founder of Reddit is fighting for your internet rights. We will talk with Alexis Ohanian when we come back. Joining me now, a man who is trying to make internet issues a central campaign point this fall. Please welcome a startup founder and investor whose work includes Breadpig, Hipmunk, and Reddit, Alexis Ohanian. Thanks for coming,
Hello.
Alexis. So tell us about Internet 2012.
Well, my friends and I at Reddit are putting together a campaign-style bus tour all across the heartland of America to basically show America, and especially our politicians, how important Internet freedom is to all Americans.
What kind of issues and policies are you promoting on this bus tour?
Well, you know, we had both parties recently sign on and say that Internet freedom was going to be a part of both Republican and Democratic Party platforms, and we want to make sure that both parties not only stick to it, but that every elected official knows the Internet is not to be meddled with, and so we don't get things like SOPA and PIPA, which we successfully defeated last January.
So you finally actually have gotten the Republicans and Democrats to agree on something. Got to be proud of that, right?
They said it couldn't be done, but, you know, it's kind of hard not to listen to 20+ million Americans when they all say heck no to SOPA and PIPA.
Have you gotten a lot of support for this? Because, you know, one of the things I've noticed is because of things like Facebook and stuff, I feel like people are less sensitive about letting their, about like sort of sharing their personal lives. People seem to be less concerned about privacy.
Well, you know, we are tempted to share every single detail about our lives. I know, like many of my peers, there are way too many baby photos in my Facebook feed. But nonetheless, when you actually ask Americans about privacy, about things like Internet freedom, they are very much for it. And what's nice is all of the awesomeness of the Internet is actually pretty well summed up in many of the awesomeness of this country in terms of the kind of personal liberties and rights to free speech as well as privacy that our country was built on. So it's actually a pretty easy sell.
No, it really is, and I really support what you guys do. I think it's awesome. I've noticed on Facebook, I'll see people like, oh, this is my drug dealer. I'm like, you shouldn't be putting that on Facebook, you know.
I would recommend against doing that. Yes.
Don't do drugs, kids. And you also got President Obama to do a Ask Me Anything on Reddit, huh?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, there are a few Redditors over at 1600 Pennsylvania, and, you know, I've publicly offered to have the Romney campaign come and do one. I hope that they do one, too. And I personally would love to have Jay-Z do one as well.
That's the big three.
That's the triumvirate. I really would. Yes,
Obama, Romney, indeed. And Jay-Z. You know, if Jay-Z ran
yes.
for president, I think I know who I'd vote for. Jay-Z.
It would be a landslide. If there were ever an argument for more than a two-party system in America, it would be to make sure that we got Jay-Z on the ballot as a third-party candidate.
Yeah. I would vote for Jay-Z, Batman, or Obama. Luckily, one of them is running. Did he sort of get hooked on Reddit? Now, do you know if he's going back and looking up Skyrim tips on there and stuff?
You know, I wouldn't blame him. That said, you know, people already complain about wastefulness in government, and I would hope that all of our hardworking federal employees, including the president, are spending their time doing more important things than looking at cat photos. But, you know what, I couldn't fault him for spending a little bit of time Redditing. I'd like to think he does so every night, sort of before he goes to bed.
I mean, some of those dragons
Michelle
are
dragging him.
Yeah. Meow Obama. That's what he should go by. That's my platform. So he made these comments saying that the government should have no role in policing the Internet. How do you feel about that?
You know, those are some wonderfully strong words that, you know, we're going to have to hold him to if he gets reelected, and similar words that I'd love to hear from the Governor Romney during these debates.
What's next for Internet 2012? How can we get involved?
Well, funny you ask. We have an Indiegogo campaign that we just announced on Reddit over at indiegogo.com/internet2012. Shameless plug. And if you got a few bucks, it would be great if you could contribute. But even if you don't, just spread the word, because that's what matters most.
No, I think people should contribute because I think it's a really, really fantastic cause. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for Internet Guru, Alexis Ohanian.
Thank you.
And now more about the stunts of Resident Evil, although I'm pretty sure the zombies do their own stunts.
I'm Nick Powell, and I was the second unit director, stunt coordinator, and fight choreographer on Resident Evil 5. The second unit director goes off and basically gets action sequences, shots that don't involve actors, etc.
3, 1, go!
As the stunt coordinator, I'm responsible for putting the action together and making sure it all works in the way that the director actually wants it to work. Well, obviously there's a style that's been established, and Miele is very good at that style. But we wanted to make it more epic, bigger, more impactful, more realistic. The car chase obviously was a much bigger element than has ever been done before.
Oh, this is Moscow.
We were shooting at night in the middle of winter. We were November, December. We were getting temperatures of -4, -5, and the roads were icing over. Not so bad in the cars, but the motorcycle guys were actually in a pretty precarious situation. Occasionally we'd put a little bit of de-ice it down, grit, everything that would actually help the guys. The main problem with the Rolls-Royce Phantoms were we were shooting out of sequence. We would be shooting a post-damaged car and then a pre-damaged car. In the script, there's a sequence where Miele runs into the corridor, pursued by a number of zombies, and there's a fight that takes place in this corridor, which is kind of brightly lit, glass everywhere. Was how do we make that bigger and better and different? And eventually we came up with the idea of the chain being a padlock from a bike chain, so it had a real reference, but at the same time it was something that we hadn't seen Miele do before. So I choreographed the fight with the chain, with the zombies running in, so that it was stylish, but still felt realistic, in a Resident Evil way realistic. Obviously there are certain things, there's wire work involved in the fights, there's a lot of training that Miele had to go through to get that fight really looking good. I've seen all the other Resident Evils, and this one is by far the most explosive, by such a long way that I think they're going to have a really good time.
For more Resident Evil fun, head to g4tv.com/AOTS. But right now, it is time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know.
It's Tuesday, September 11th, and here are your top stories. There's a lot of tech news making headlines today. First, Google is footing the bill for Wi-Fi at 4,000 hotspots. A bunch of major airports, hotels, shopping malls, cafes, and recreational areas across the nation now have free wireless through September, but only to Android users. Yeah, and a pretty blatant dig at Apple. Google is not extending the complimentary service to iPhones, iPads, or really, well, anything. Next, Blizzard is facing a flurry of criticism over allegedly adding watermarks to World of Warcraft screenshots since 2008. A lot of gamers are blaming the company for their hacked accounts because these watermarks might hold a bunch of personal information. Apparently, it's all covered in the game's terms of service, but who reads the fine print? Anyone? No. And today, YouTube released its own app after having been pulled from Apple's iOS 6. It has a new channel guide, better search and share features, and a bigger video database. YouTube also teased the release of an additional iPad-specific app in coming months. And a bunch of stuff is happening outside the tech world too, you guys. Here's an entertainment update. More photos from the set of Thor: The Dark World were released today, giving fans a first look at some of the movie's villains. The pics were taken during the filming of an epic battle scene, and they're full of explosions and gross-looking elves. Ugh. Now, based on what we've seen so far, it looks like the sequel is going to be even bigger and more action-packed than the first movie. And The New Yorker was temporarily banned from Facebook after it posted a cartoon featuring a topless woman. Now, after the ban, which became known as Nipplegate, the cartoon was redrawn with the characters wearing clothes, but it wasn't nearly as funny. Geesh, Facebook, of all the things to censor, cartoon nipples are your biggest concern? In other news, late last week, a federal judge approved a settlement in an ongoing price-fixing lawsuit between the Department of Justice and e-book publishers. Today, consumers are reaping the benefits. Amazon.com is now carrying e-books priced at only $10, which is way better than the $25 they swindled us for previously. But unfortunately, fans of the iBook store are out of luck because Apple is fighting the ruling and continuing to charge customers ridiculous prices. Not cool.
Not cool.
Yeah. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Stay tuned. Comedian Hal Sparks will be here live to give us a lowdown on his politics, sex, and religion tour.
They say you shouldn't talk about politics, sex, or religion with strangers, but I'm sure nobody told Hal Sparks that. Please help me give a proper Zoltan welcome to Hal Sparks.
Thank you.
What is that? Talk to us about Zoltan.
That's for people that aren't, students of cinema. That was, it's Citizen Kane and Dude, Where's My Car? I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how a polarity is created. I played Zoltan, the leader of the space cult. Dude,
You
Where's My
were
Car?
Zoltan.
I was. I arguably still am. Let's be honest.
In a way.
The role I was born to play will never escape. I mean, walk down the street, people yell Zoltan more than anything else. But
Do they really?
no. But unless I'm in Pittsburgh, where the Pittsburgh Pirates took up doing the Zoltan hand symbol whenever they got an RBI or they, hit a home run or something. I don't know. It randomly, the guys started watching the movie in the clubhouse while they were, on a away game or something like that, and they just, one of them got a base hit and did like that, and that was it. Now it's a good luck thing for them.
Now it's a big thing.
Yep. And
Everybody's like,
in the stands. I went there. I threw out the first pitch. 30-some-odd thousand
wait,
people
you're
in
just
there.
going to throw that out there? I just threw out the first pitch. Anyway, move on to other stuff. Tell us about what happened.
One day, Kumail, you'll throw out the.
There's no first
If
pitch
I
at
had a-
cricket.
Oh, come on.
I'm good.
But there's
at
the
cricket.
last one. I don't know. Anyways, I know nothing about cricket. I just know that
I could tell
if they
you, but
stop
this-
chirping, I get nervous.
Oh, that's a different kind
yeah,
of cricket.
So, anyways, there are people with shirts with that on them in the stands, like thousands of people.
The hand gesture?
Yeah, they wear shirts that have it in the pirate, with pirate gloves on the hands with the symbol on. It's
What are
bananas.
pirate gloves?
You know, the like baseball gloves and that kind of stuff that have the symbol
okay.
on them and stuff. And anyways, it just became a mega thing or whatever. And
How was
so-
throwing out the pitch? Were you so excited?
I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm not. I would say
Just a thing I
no,
did on a
mean,
Tuesday.
I think I'm not a team sports kind of a guy. I'm not really that enamored by team sports. That affectation has missed me entirely.
By the way, everyone in that stadium just stopped doing the Zoltan
No, they
symbol.
didn't actually.
Forever.
No, they didn't. They didn't care beforehand. They don't care now. They didn't check in.
Zoltan is bigger than you.
Zoltan character a baseball fan? Because I've considered. Yeah. So it was an exciting experience overall.
So many people.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not this big. Everybody thinks you're going to go out there and go, it's going to be a curveball. I'm going to show them my slider or some nonsense. And
Slider is the right. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's correct.
Yes, in cricket, it's a
Googly.
it's a googly. Thank you very much.
That's a real term.
Oh, I'm sorry. But when you get out there, you feel like you'll be a jerk if you do it. Like you really go, if I really do a speedy pitch down the center, everybody there is going to go, what a wannabe. But if you just kind of lob it underhanded, they'll go, well, anyways, it was nice to see you.
He tried. So is that what you did? You just
Pretty
lobbed
much.
it?
All I did kind of midway in between. Cleared the plate, low and inside. I felt okay.
Nice, bro.
Thank you.
Now, what is that? Give me that. What is? You brought something
Oh, yeah.
with me. Let me see what this is.
So I was asked by your producer if I have any odd road stories.
Yeah.
If anything happened while I was on the road. And, it's not like the cricket bat carried by the manager of Spinal Tap or anything. I don't carry that around with me. But that was a gift from a fan at a show. I was doing a Sexy Liberal show, and somebody gave that to Steph and John and I, and they didn't necessarily want to keep it, and I did. Yeah.
What is it?
It's a walrus penis.
Yeah. That is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
I so doubt it.
Oh my God!
It's not petrified or anything. This is actually the Native Americans in in northern parts of Canada and that area use it as a weapon.
Which one's the fun end?
You can tell me later.
I could work up to this end.
Yeah, you could. Actually, this is the pleasuring end or whatever. It is just covered in cartilage, and the extremity. This is the base over here, I guess, which is why. But anyways, it's That's all I know about this. But it was a gift, and they were like, "You want this?" And I'm like, "Of course," because
Your whole life you've wanted a walrus
well,
penis.
no, I'll tell you what it is. After that whole LL Cool J thing about that dude who broke into his house and he, remember, and tried to rob his house, and he and his bodyguard defended him off or whatever. I was like, if somebody breaks into your house and you can clobber them with anything, this is the perfect thing.
Yep.
This is it. I defended my home, and the headline, quite frankly, would make my entire career. Hal Sparks beats intruder senseless with giant walrus penis. And,
Just have them leave the walrus word out, so it would just be Hal Sparks beats intruder with giant penis. And then that way...
That would surprise no one.
So you show us some moves. What kind of moves do you have with that thing?
I don't know. You could just kind of... You don't need much of a move. The nice thing is it's very, like... It's built to come out like that, so...
Do that again. That's very impressive. Do it again.
That part? Yeah.
Yeah, do it again.
Teach you how to do that after the show. Oh, this part? The old, this is the walrus penis version of the scene from The Warriors with the baseball fury. So thank you.
Don't do it too much. We'll have to. Don't do it too much. We'll have to do some cleanup over here.
You got that excited, did you?
No, from that.
Oh, I see. No,
yep.
it's inert. It's not going to hurt anybody anytime soon in that way.
You're doing a stand-up tour right now called Sexy Liberal Tour. Where can people go see you?
Well, the next one's in Seattle, and then we'll be at the Beacon Theater in New York. People can go to sexyliberal.com and see all that stuff. Follow me on the @HalSparks on the Twitter. And the PSR tour, the Politics, Sex, and Religion tour, will be in Madison, Wisconsin. John Fugelsang and I doing bigger, elongated sets.
Oh, I know him. He's great. He's very funny.
Yes. Yeah. And then I'm on a kid show, Lab Rats, the rest of the time. Isn't that cute? Yeah.
Don't bring that.
I am on Lab Rats. Yeah.
We're making television.
I'm the dad.
Don't bring that on there.
Great with kids. Just so you know. Terrific.
That is horrifying. Thank you so much, Hal Sparks.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show. Pull out your stethoscope. We'll be having a checkup with Lake Bell from the Comedy Children's Hospital. Then on Gadget Prime, Matt Meyer rates Motorola's latest Android smartphone, the Photon Q. And with Resident Evil Retribution on the horizon, we're taking a look back at the franchise from the video games to the films. It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7. Whether it's for education, business, or pleasure, crowdfunding is an awesome way to get your project off the ground. And here are 3 great campaigns we think you should check out. We all know what a pain in the ass computer cords can be. Luckily, the guys at the World of Simple Design are here to make your life a little less cluttered with the foundation dock for the iPhone.
I needed to clear all the clutter off my desk. So I came up with the idea to have a flexible cable that was portable at the same time. The dock features 4 USB ports, speaker and microphone so you can FaceTime. It's got a mini USB and also an audio line out. So you can plug in all your different storage devices into this unit and not have to worry about them going in your computer or having lines or cords elsewhere. It can wrap around almost virtually anything. It's super flexible and super stiff and rigid when it's held in whatever position you put it in. You can use it in the car, you can use it in the kitchen, you can wrap it around a post and then take a self-portrait.
And for all of you who are worried about the iPhone 5 being compatible,
as soon as we get wind of one or we can get one in our hands, we will immediately start producing the iPhone 5 version.
For a contribution of $30, backers will receive the flexible cable, and for $99 or more, backers will also get the docking station. The Foundation Dock Kickstarter will run from now until October 2nd. Now, whether you're a fan of public radio or cartoons, you need to check out the StoryCorps Animation Project. StoryCorps is a radio show known for recording and preserving the oral history of everyday Americans.
And now they have teamed up with a group of artists to recreate some of the stories as an animation special.
Do you know who I am? I said, yeah, you're a thief.
You know, I think that StoryCorps really answers a need in the media landscape. We are bringing really high-quality, beautiful animations, beautiful stories that make you think and make you feel.
Mr. Vine made me walk 2 blocks in my pajamas and my tennis shoes. I had to sit in church.
We have been doing the animations for a couple years. We've been doing about 7 a year, and we knew we wanted to try to do something different, have a bigger footprint on TV, and just sort of a bigger impact than the one-off shorts. And so we decided to come up with a half-hour animated program, thinking about like those great Charlie Brown animated specials that we all had from childhood as a sort of inspiration.
On top of helping them out, pledgers will receive a DVD of the animated shorts for $30. And if you got the cash, $200 will get you that and a signed copy of the StoryCorps hardcover. If you want to help see these great stories animated, head over to their Kickstarter page and show your support before the end of this week. And finally, it may be hard to believe, but this year marks the 25th anniversary of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And to mark the occasion, the guys at Pixel Perfect are creating the definitive encyclopedia of the NES Classic.
Well, the idea came from a guy named Daniel Lanciana. He's the actual author. The main objective is the nostalgia value, and just because nothing like this has really been done, as far as we know anyway, in terms of an old retro game. And, you know, just to kind of be able to share information about such a popular classic. Stuff about the history, the creators, the gameplay, strategy. We even have like fan art, all that kind of stuff.
If you throw $10 to the campaign, you'll receive a high-quality digital ebook, and for $125, you'll get that and the deluxe hardcover as well.
This is a non-profit project. 100% of the funding is going to go towards the printing costs. The only other funding that we would need would be for postage, just to mail people the books out.
The Kickstarter will run until the beginning of October, so get your contribution in before it is KO'd. Just learned that minutes ago, the StoryCorps Animation Special just met its funding goal. Congratulations, guys! And now, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best DVD critic of them all?
The Loved Ones.
Now, something tells me this isn't a nice film about high school.
Yeah, it's about this crazy chick who kidnaps a dude and kind of stages her own little prom, except he's all tied up. His throat has been injected with bleach so he can't speak, and she's nailing different appendages to the floor. It's pretty gross. Let's see.
Lesbian too?
Drills used in horrible ways. I mean, this is torture porn.
It looked like there were 2 girls making out just then. I'm just asking, is she a lesbian?
Look, that's about 15 seconds of the whole movie, but it's, yeah, it's in that torture porn genre, not really for me. It's kind of like, did you see The Dark Knight Rises? You know that middle part of the movie where Batman's in that prison hole for like a third of the movie, and he's tortured and in pain? Imagine that, except it's the whole movie.
So
that's what this movie is.
You don't like torture and pain?
Not so much into the torture. Not so much into the torture. With Batman, we kind of know he's going to get out of it. He's Batman. He'll get out of the prison hole. He'll get to Bane. But with this, when you don't care about the characters and it's just an excuse to have them drilling a dude in the head, not that exciting. Not that exciting.
All right,
and kind of gross. Bottom line is, pass.
Two passes.
You in particular would not like it. You would not like it.
I don't want to check that out.
I'm saving you time.
Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you very much. What else do you have?
Ecstasy of Order, the Tetris Masters.
Okay, I love Tetris, but is there enough to make a whole movie about it?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Because unbeknownst to me, there are a whole bunch of people obsessed with this game. And a lot of people, what's odd is a lot of women are really good at this game. I mean, women tend to be better at puzzle games. I mean, that's kind of
Really? Is that true?
That's a common fact.
Oh.
You know that fact.
Obviously,
Common
I'm
fact.
so good.
Women better at puzzle games, especially Tetris. This is about a huge Tetris tournament that takes place in Los Angeles, where they're just trying to beat level 30.
Do they do it every year?
They don't. No, this is the very first one.
Oh, okay.
And oddly enough, the guy who was really good at the game, they're playing the NES version
I
of
love
it.
how old it is.
And, yeah, so they're all playing this classic NES version. There's a legend of a guy named Thor who could vibrate his fingers and play the game and get up to level 30. Yeah, Thor. Tying in back to the first film that we talked about, which I hated.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right, so what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is Rent It. Really good documentary about video games and Tetris.
Thank you,
That one I
Chris.
liked. Cool.
For more Gore, check out his Podcrash podcast on iTunes.
Hey, let's check out your score.
I'm here.
How did that happen? That was so crazy and fast.
My people are magic. Okay.
Let's go to the Twitter wall. Popeye705. Let's green screen Camille's face onto Candace Bailey's pants. Let's do it. Can we do it?
This is
Here, let me-
okay. Oh, wait. Oh, it's gonna blow gum.
You're chewing gum? You are chewing gum on our show right now? Is that a first?
I'm still there. Bring me back to where I was. Yay! My parents are so happy.
This is so fun and silly. So stupid. But...
I'll dance with you.
Oh, this way.
Hello.
Now you're on my butt. It looks like you have. It looks like
Do
you
it
have
again.
a
I'll do my
cat nose and
eyebrows.
whiskers.
I'll do my eyebrows when you.